Hey, Sauce, Brian here. Now, as you can see, I'm washing me and my clothes. And when I'm in the bathtub, I have my two favorite toys with me. A ball and a rock. And when I put them in the tub, one of them sinks. But why?
Alright, so what's going on here? Well, the reason why the rock sinks and the ball floats is because of a property in nature known as buoyancy. According to some people on the internet, the buoyancy force is equal to the weight of liquid moved by the object. That means if I had a 1 pound rock that moved 1 pound of water, the buoyant force would be equal to the weight of the rock. When two forces are equal, they usually cancel out, leaving just one total force called the net force. So if this net force is more than 0, it floats. But if it isn't, well, it doesn't float.
Now, let's use this marker to mark the line of the water. And then when I get up, as you can see, the line of the water is lower than the line when I marked it when I was in there. Now, let's use my third favorite bathroom toy to explain this. A whiteboard.
So in order to explain how we found out about this, let's go all the way back in time, way back to the year negative 250. And meet the super important guy, Hero the Second of Syracuse. No, not that Syracuse. This Syracuse, now known as Sicily. So this guy has his crown made of gold, but... Hey! What? That isn't gold. How do you know? Just isn't. Alright, Archimedes. You're like a super smart, mega genius, smart person. Can you find out if my crown is made of gold? I do not take orders from kings. You see this crown? It's yellow. That means it's made of gold. That means I'm king. But how do you know it is made of gold? Oh. I will now take a bath. And that's how we discovered buoyancy, also known as Archimedes' principle. We can use Archimedes' principle in order to find the buoyancy force of certain objects. For example, when I put this Rubik's Cube in the water, it displaces 45 grams of water. However, when I put this egg in the water, it displaces 20 grams of water. Therefore, we could find out that the buoyant force of the Rubik's Cube is more than the buoyant force of the egg. So as you can see here, you can use the buoyancy force to determine whether an object will float or not. However, just because an object has a high buoyancy force doesn't mean it will float. For example, the human here is more massive than the chimp. However, the chimp still sinks. This is because it still needs to overcome gravity. So what should we take away from this video? Nothing. You should just go watch TED instead. They have great videos.